Peace. So we're gonna do this kind of let's have lunch with Rosey style because I need to eat. Welcome to my Q&A. If you enjoy my videos, please thumbs this up. And if you've been watching more than one video and keep coming back, feel free to subscribe if you so desire. Okay, so here I have a banana latte. Never heard of it. Thought I'd try it out. Banana and espresso, very interesting. So this is with oat milk, and I told them to not make it too sweet because a lot of companies have the, I don't know, everything is like hella sweet. One second. Okay, my lunch is just a chicken parmesan roll. I'll show it to you. I don't know if this is the best choice to be eating on camera because it's hella big. Alrighty, we're gonna go down to the questions that were posted on the community tab. By the way, do look on the community tab at least once a week for stuff from me. If I do like a workout on YouTube, I usually post that, like the video I used, or I'll do surveys, etc. So, my big ass sandwich is here. So, that's that. Hopefully they cut it. Chicken parmesan with tomato sauce and mozzarella. Off the rip, I know somebody asked me why we don't just break down and get an air conditioner. Honestly, there's nowhere to put it. Well, number one, here is way more cluttered than I would like. I blame a family who never gets rid of anything. As you know, I've been trying to get rid of stuff. I'm getting pushed back. So, I don't know. There is an air conditioner in my grandfather's room. I don't know if it works. That was for him. The most ideal place, I feel like, especially in an apartment, to put an air conditioner is in the living room. My desk is by the only available window because, of course, the other window is for the fire escape. So I think that answers that. There's no space. Could have definitely saved for that, you know, money-wise by now, but nowhere for it to go. I will address Ivana's question. Do I believe in the rapture? Have I read the book of Revelations? I have read the Bible. I was raised a Methodist. I no longer identify as Christian. I'm agnostic. I do not deny the existence the possible existence of God, but I am not a practicing Christian. With that being said, if you've watched me, it's clear that I try my best to be of high moral standing, so it's not a desire to just do whatever I want. And on the flip side, you know, we all have our choices, and I feel like part of that is being able to explore different things, or just the freedom to choose based on just common basic good understanding and, you know, humanity. So I'm more of a nature and being in tune with yourself kind of individual. God talk doesn't bother me because my family is still Christian. Things that do bother me is, you know, folks wanting to pray for you when you don't know what their intention are or what they're praying for, or folks wanting to push an ideal on you that they don't live. So that is my answer to that. A few folks ask where my partner's at. There is no partner, B. In all seriousness, I did address what's going on with me and in general what happened in a video. It'll be in the cards if I learned how to do that. But right now I'm focusing on myself, learning what my needs are and addressing those needs, because that was never a priority in that partnership. Therefore, I feel like a favor was done for me. In the future, I definitely want someone I could learn from, and whose manhood is based on protection and providing, and not wanting to financially be the woman in the relationship. Okay, so going along with the same topic, is ghosting someone in a relationship, no matter the type, okay? In general, I say no. There is instances, however, where it's understandable and necessary. Let's talk about that first. By the way, I wouldn't buy that banana latte again. If you really like banana, then try it out. It's alright. It's just not really my cup of tea or my cup of coffee. Okay, so the instances to where it's understandable is like if it's an abusive situation, then excuse me, it's not in your best interest to, well, notify them that you're leaving or you're done. Pack your shit up and be out. Whether it's financial abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, any of those, be out with no hesitation, no regrets, no notification. Another one that happened to me is one I'm familiar with is someone can ghost you because, well, they're going through some shit, including a health crisis. I had a friend in that situation. We hadn't talked for months. Hey sis. We hadn't talked for months. I thought it was a ghosting situation, or just lack of care, whatever. But basically what it was, something was going on with her, something was going on with me. In those instances, we don't really think to, well, notify every single person we know that, hey, this is going on. You might not have the energy, you might be in the hospital, like, so for one party that can feel like ghosting, but it might not even be intentional. That situation was remedied. We both discussed our feelings, we both shared, exactly what happened with each other. We both know that we're emotional beings, so one thing I will always respect from her is just notification of certain things, Hey, it's a busy week, you might not hear from me. Hey, I'm going on a camping trip, the phone's off kind of thing. And for some people that may seem like a high maintenance friendship situation, because I've seen memes like that. But it's really about knowing who you're dealing with, really being attuned to the type of people you have in your life. Everybody don't need that notification. Both me and her do, and we're fine with that, so we might not talk every single day, but we do like check in on a good weekly, almost daily basis to make sure each other's good. And aside from love for Dev, I'll always have respect for you. Definitely. I want to make sure she know I'm talking about her. Speaking of people, there's two Tiffany's I know. I wish I could travel. Well, one is local. Girl, if you don't see my ass before this year is out. Well, it's difficult because with the pandemic, I'm sort of anxious and like, oh my God. But if you vaccinated, sis. And the other Tiff, she live out there. I don't know. I need a private jet or something. But anyway, in general, if we talking about like you had a disagreement with somebody, you're just not trying to deal with them. Oh, there's a third situation where it might be okay. The beginning stages of dating. I'm talking about you just talking to them. You gotta keep in mind they might just bounce and charge that to the game. Now, as far as friends, I guess why I don't have a lot of them is because I'm not into this fickle shit. So, and by that I mean, if I don't like something someone said, I'm not just gonna be out. I like to have friendships where I'll be like, yo, that shit you said the other day, I'm not cool with it. I'm gonna need you to like explain or something. Now, if someone just some disrespectful ass, then like I said with the abuse shit, be out. But in relationships that you value, because I feel like a lot of times ghosting is because you don't value someone. In relationships that you value, I find it imperative to be communicative. And I don't respect folks who think their resolution for something because they don't want to deal with confrontation is to just disappear. Especially if you're with somebody for a long ass time, or you considered somebody a close friend, or you claim you love somebody regardless of whatever type of love it is. I'm not okay with that. So yeah, like I said, it's not a black and white situation. Lives are very complex, but there's the situations where it's okay, and situations where it's not okay. But ghosting people you're devoted to, or people you claim to love, who haven't done anything like offensive to you, is clown behavior. I don't respect it. Let me try to open up, because I want to do this. Okay, I addressed DB's conversation, Rice Kali. Okay. Thank you, Cupcake Pinup, for watching longer vlogs. Shout out to the gang who watches my vlogs and the few of you who thumbs up my video. Gang, rosebuds. How do you keep yourself from being too anxious during the pandemic? Lord. That's been like my constant struggle. Sorry if you're hearing my grandfather. I don't think it's gone away, the anxiety. Especially being like in close quarters with family even more. A little bit more space. Now everybody's together again. And then you get reacclimated to people's habits that might not be what you would like habits to be, etc. Or people's stubbornness or ignorance, whatever. It's just a cluster mess, right? I don't feel like my anxiety is any less. I honestly feel like it's worse. Trying to vlog more has been helpful. Just having, I guess, a diary or a note of the changes I'm trying to make and what I'm trying to do and where I'm at in life has helped. Makeup therapy is always good. I haven't tried that many makeup looks, but I always feel refreshed after doing that. Joining the gym has been an amazing help. To be in a clean, serene environment that feels like luxury has been amazing to my self-esteem and so necessary to my physical health with everything that's gone on in, the past almost 2 years. Trying to build strength, using that time to dedicate it to myself has been a game changer. It's not even about weight loss. I do believe it's necessary for me, but it's not even about that. It's just about giving myself love, and with anxiety, giving myself grace. Dev is constantly reminding me of that. Giving yourself the allowance to know when you need to rest. And also with self-care, knowing when you need to be on your shit. CBD has been helping. I'm not on no illegal shit. I don't believe. If you could get medical marijuana, go ahead. I got no qualms against it. CBD oil. I have CBD balm. I currently have the CBD vape pen. I got into CBD because my number one, I wanted something that didn't stink. But a lot of the pain ointments and things leave a weird residue on my skin. I have very weird sensitive skin. So I'm like, let me try a thing, you know? One of the stuff I've showed you already. And then the CBD balm is by Foria. The vape pen is by Paz Packs. The vape pen is new to my regime, so I'm not gonna like fully advocate for that. But that particular oil I got from Sephora. I didn't even really get that for pain. I got the Foria balm for pain. That St. Jane oil I got because, you know, as the seasons was changing with like winter and spring, my skin needed something more. That had great reviews, and I also noticed it was very calming. Okay, the vape pen I decided to try out because I am on anxiety meds. Depression says anxiety. I'm on Prozac. And with everything going on, I'm still feeling like that jittery feeling. So I wanted something calm. Something that would make that go away. Excuse me. Without having to like up my shit, which I'll probably have to get on stronger meds anyway. Therapy. I'm not the greatest advocate for therapy because I feel like this healthcare system sucks. Especially if you have like, I don't know what to call it, government aid, whatever the government healthcare is called. It's hard to find like someone that would be to your specifications. Like say you want somebody who understands Caribbean culture, you want somebody black, you want somebody who you could speak to in Spanish with if that's applicable, you know, whatever would be more comfortable for you. If you're doing like free aid, you get whoever the hell you get. And if you've been on this journey with me, you know, like I went through a lot of people because folks would change jobs and shit. It's very, very frustrating. But what I've been using therapy for is a check-in with myself where I'm not looking for a solution. Here's how I changed the perspective of therapy. Because who's going to have a better solution for you than you? Using that time to recheck in with myself, how has this week been going, and to make week goals for self-care. Because with anxiety, a lot of times, especially when we're like super anxious about all this health stuff going on, or are we going to be sick, or for me, are we going to be sick again? They're going to put the rest of this up. I'll eat the rest of that later. But when we're frazzled by everything that's going on, or what's right to do or not to do, we lose sight of the days, the months, the years, our progress. You're in your head a lot when you're too anxious. So if you don't have access to therapy, or in these days virtual therapy, I would say start with journaling, because the key right now is to get those thoughts out and to express in some way. Highly recommend movement wherever you're at in your journey, even if you can't do a lot because of pain, sickness, weight, whatever your limitation is, to start with something, even if it's just gentle yoga. I'll be right back. Okay, we don't have any pending questions. I'm trying to switch this up. Okay, this is along the same, these two along the same lines. Okay. How to respond to emotionally and mentally harmful, intrusive thoughts. Whew, that's heavy. Let's breathe first. Wait, gather. Okay, I would say the first thing would be to identify what those thoughts are. So write them down. What are those thoughts? Secondly, it's in what way are they harmful? Are they harmful in that it hinders your progress in life, or triggers depression? Or is it harmful in that you would like those emotions make you want to physically harm yourself? Because both of those are or can be alarming. The physical desire to harm needs immediate addressing, to which you'd need medical care, alerting a trusted adult, a hospital, a psychiatrist. Now, if we're talking about it simply harmful, well, not simply, dealing with none of these are simply, but if on the other hand, we're talking about it hindering process, bringing down your emotional vibration, just causing an overwhelming, like, just for everything to be like baseline sad. You'd need like a toolkit, an emotional toolkit. What are the things that bring you joy, or used to bring you joy if you're not finding joy in anything? Are these thoughts your own? That would be very key. Are these thoughts you've heard from someone? Things you've learned watching people around you? is it someone like whispering these things in your ear and you've taken it on as your own? And if these are things that you feel within yourself, self-esteem wise, or just like not being overall satisfied with life, then you would have to get reacquainted with yourself. Like finding out what you like or have liked. What is your current goal and mission? Who is your circle? I feel like I know a lot of people say not to be run by emotions, but I feel like emotions are the basis of what makes us most human. So, constantly having to regulate is or can be a part of your process. Depending on who you are, especially if you have anxiety, you have depression, you're going to constantly have to emotionally self-regulate and be like, well, I might feel anxious about this, but that doesn't mean like I can't do it. This situation might make me feel sad, but that doesn't mean it has to be the end of me. To know your worth is more than what you have or how you look in comparison to anyone. What I personally do, well, nature helps. Finding something that clears your mind. It could be music. I like to listen to a lot of, if I can't be out physically in nature, I like to listen to a lot of nature sounds. Or just your favorite music. As you know, I'm a dancehall reggae type head. So if it gets really low, put that on high, put in your headphones. Nobody else has to hear it but you. Be in your house and just jam. To feel good in your spirit. What makes you feel good in your spirit? What lets all that life nonsense out for a second so you could feel in connection with your body and yourself. Reading books that has like some positive shit in it. Lately, when I am feeling down, I'll look at, people's morning routines. The nighttime routines are really calming. Or like people's to-do lists. Or clean. I'll clean. I'll organize a lot. Because organizing things makes me feel more good in my environment, which makes me feel more satisfied. A lot of times we have these thoughts and emotions because we're feeling unsatisfactory in some way. So what are the little things that lift our spirits? Constantly adding those little things to our day-to-day routine makes those thoughts feel smaller, even if they don't, absolve completely. Okay, what's the most important thing or things you've learned about yourself and others during the pandemic? Let's start myself. I'm strong as fuck. The type of physical and emotional pain I've been in the last almost 2 years Damn, musically me, I'm about to get emotional. My worst memory, well, actually there's a couple. One is being in the ER, not knowing what was wrong with me, and constantly calling my so-called partner. At this time, I didn't know he had ghosted me. Constantly calling him and hearing nothing back. This is when the cyst pain had started and I didn't know what it was. I was scared shitless. And that level of fear haunts the shit out of me. And that emptiness you feel when, you know, people who constantly talk about family and partnership, and when you actually waiting for them to show up. Or just being at home in the middle of the night, constantly throwing up and it just won't end. And you're weak. And you think like, well, I live with people, but I don't trust to feel comforted by any one of these people. I guess I learned loneliness won't kill me. And that I have to get on some shit where I'm gonna have to learn to be 10 toes down when it comes to me. To be honest, I didn't want to have to learn that lesson. I wanted to be done with dating because I'm a completely awkward ass person. I'm so socially awkward, it's not even funny. I think I'm an amazing individual, but my level of social awkwardness is, I guess, my biggest insecurity. I have never in my life been comfortable around lots of people. And for my whole life, I've wanted to just have a core circle, a good group of friends, one dude who's down for me and I'm down for him. And let that be it. I just want a simple ass life. All these games people play and drama and all this shit when it comes to people, I just... So, I've been learning to come face to face with every single damn fear I've ever had in regards to myself. I wasn't expecting this reaction from me. But yeah, I wanted to give backstory to my answer. As far as what I learned from about other people, I learned that love don't mean shit to people. I'm not even talking about romantic love. Because love to me is more than just being related to somebody. How do you care about their welfare? What would you do to ensure their safety? To me, do you respect them? Those are the core things I'm learning should be at the basis of love. And when this whole pandemic came about, and you know, the protocols that we were advised, and the care that was supposed to be taken, and the thought of people coming together collectively, things like that, and just seeing the complete opposite from people I live with and people who's connected to me, changed my perspective on who they were. People in general are nasty as fuck. I've learned that about the general public. Which leads to another question. What's your opinion on these celebrities coming out saying they don't regularly clean themselves and or their children? As a Caribbean American woman, I don't deal with that type of dirtiness. And we're not talking about a one-off day where you sick and you physically can't go bathe, or you having a lazy day and might, you know, shower in the middle of the night before you go to sleep. We ain't talking about those days. There's people who's talking about they don't wash their legs. Your body is self-cleaning. Where are people getting this from? I mean, in general, I try not to involve myself in rich people business, because if you look at some vlogs from, you know, people of other races, or even richer YouTubers, you will see that their reality is far removed from ours. They live a whole different life. Even sometimes watching people vlogs or posts who like live uptown in my own city, we don't live the same reality. So I guess it's okay being stink if you make money, because ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. As for me and my house, or I should, as for me and my body, no. I mean, as the rich people, adults, do whatever the hell you want, but don't be involving these children in your mess. Poor children. See, children don't know no better. They just learning from you. So we just gonna have another generation following us that's just dirtying our ass. And that's unfortunate. I mean, imagine you got all the money in the world to just go into space, buy houses that's way too big, and you won't buy soap and a loofah, a washcloth, a silicone brush, something. It's just sad. No, really, it's unfortunate, and I hope it's not coming out more and more because they're trying to make it a thing. This society idolizes folks too much, and I'm hoping that's one thing that's not going to become a trend from easily influential folks, because sometimes we think it's only children that like for be fally fashion, as in like follow what other people do. No, sometimes it's grown-ass folks like you and I who idolizing folks. Oh yeah, I want to be like her. She said she do X, Y, and Z. Let me follow it too. And just know, how to deal with change or how to deal with friends that have toxic behaviors. I did a video on change that should be up there somewhere. How to deal with friends that have toxic behaviors. First sentence, you don't have to. But following with that is toxic in what way? Is it toxic to them? Or is it toxic to you or the relationship you have with them? Now, if it's toxic to them, they're grown folks. So all you can do is like, well, really all you can do is watch. But depending on your relationship, because some people don't do feedback too well. So depending on your relationship, you can bring up your concerns, hear what they have to say, send them good energy. But you have to realize within yourself, everyone is not going to perform in life the way you would desire. Now, if what they're doing is toxic to you, back to the second point of bringing it up, then following that with, is it being addressed? Third, are you playing a role in this? Like, not as in it's your fault, but are you allowing it to repeat? Did you brush it off too many times, kind of thing? Like, are you continually accepting it and putting that to an end? Definitely identifying in what way is it toxic, and if it's toxic to you, to which that friendship is hindering your mental health, and it's something that's not addressed by the other person, I would say take care of you, because other people are always going to take care of them. Toxicity is not something that's always recognized by the individual. Also, sometimes a lot of people are comfortable in their maladaptive behaviors. Not only that, it's their maladaptive behaviors have had purpose in their life, throughout their life, and it has allowed them to get away with a lot. So all you can do is make sure you're not the one that becomes the scapegoat to it. I'm not going to say victim. But yeah, essentially you don't have to deal with it if you don't want to. If it's something that's becoming too burdensome for you, if it's something you've continually brought up and they have said nothing, they have done nothing, it's time for you to make moves that protect your peace. One second. Someone asked about fast meals you find tasty, and another person said, where is it? I think one recipe I'd recommend. Yeah, recipe I've tried recently and would recommend. Honestly, the past couple of months, I've been the takeout queen. Everything feels so heavy today. Yeah, with sporadically not feeling well and also not feeling uncomfortable in the kitchen currently, I haven't cooked as much as y'all know me for cooking. So I don't know. But when I do show meals that are on a like actual plate and not in a container, those are things I made. So if I've shown it like in the last 6 months, those are like my quick type of things. I haven't really done elaborate cooking. I'm someone who loves elaborate type cooking. I'm not a quick meal kind of person usually, so whatever I've done this year has been quick. I will look in my Pinterest because that goes to somebody's questions of hobbies. Pinterest, but I will include a link of my Pinterest, the last Pinterest recipe I tried that I liked. Thank you for recognizing I'm a recipe head. I love trying new recipes. Quick meal. I guess the most basic quick meal is spaghetti with meat sauce. Usually I use turkey, some type of organic or simple ingredient pasta sauce, garlic, onions, peppers, and my pastas these days have either been red lentil or whole grain, usually whole wheat I think, but I think it's like a whole grain blend. I think it's red lentil chickpea pasta, yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Smoothie is always a good option, but I've only done like 2 of them this week. I haven't really been doing them as a whole. I feel like I've been buying more of those than actually making them, but I'm still trying to use my inventory. Let's see. I feel like I had one more question somewhere. Let me refresh this. Okay, I'm done with those questions. I feel like staying positive, staying motivated and positive. Never mind my face, I'm trying to read. A lot of times people be thinking my face means something else other than what it does. Okay, staying motivated and positive. I'm not the most positive person, obviously, so I'm gonna be full up 100 with you. I struggle every day for positive and finding the purpose of life, etc. I suffer from ideations that are not healthy. It's gotten extremely better, but I don't look for motivation. I feel like if you constantly wait to be motivated to do something, it leaves a very uncomfortable, shaky ground. The foundation of making moves, I feel like, is to identify what moves you want to make. Also, what comes easy for you in like that goal setting and what's the hard parts, and work on how you can make the hard parts easier. Because if you go simply on emotion, especially if you have depression, anxiety, you won't do anything. I could be the first-hand testimony to that. So there's gonna be days you don't want to do shit, but finding out why you're doing what it is you want to be doing is a way greater push than always like looking for inspiration. I'm not some happy-go-lucky type person, so and I feel like I find myself struggling out even more because I was with someone who's constantly on some negative shit. So it's gonna take rewiring and listening to your good things and your whys, and even possibly affirmation type videos or affirmation type influencers that are on your vibe. You can't just listen to and just read anybody, because that's where you go astray in this life. So feeding yourself with what nourishes you, and of course that applies to food, but that also applies to what we digest with our eyes and our ears. So that's how I feel about that. Hobbies you are doing. Well, you may or may not have noticed, although it's been sporadic, I've been back YouTubing. Content creating. Whatever. So trying to ease myself back in that in a way that feels organic to me. Working out. Back to just trying different things physically as I can. Because with my health right now, it's sort of like, what's the word, indeterminate. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen when. So paying attention to my own cues and just doing what I can. And I guess self-care has become like a hobby. A hobby that's essential for everybody, but I've been really into it with just finding and trying new products, and just delving more and more into what works and what doesn't, and thinking about it even beyond products, but habits, thoughts, and behaviors, and really making that a priority. So in a way, like, my hobby has become myself. I'd like to go back to like hiking and nature walks. It's been hot AF. Me and heat don't agree, so I haven't really delved into that. But it's a goal. Hopefully as fall comes around before winter, doing that again. Hopefully things don't shut down again, as been rumored constantly. And reading is another hobby I'd like to take back up. I mean, I read things, but I don't really feel like I sit down and read books. But I am constantly absorbing information, articles, like I said, looking up certain videos and things like that. But I got a plethora of books that I'd love to delve into that I haven't, and still like a plethora more of things I'd like to add to my book collection. I would love to have the hobby of decorating. Like, I just would like a space to just have it like be so pretty. But yeah, I think that's all our questions for today. And I thank you so much once again for participating, and even more for watching.
or I guess that's really on equal levels. And I hope you enjoyed this as much as it was very eye-opening and anxiety reducing for me to record. Bye.